Christina Joy, and I help people transform their lives by harnessing the power of their minds through mindset, muscle, and manifestation coaching. In this video, you get to join us on our amazing Freedom Family Retreat. I'm going to talk about mindset and manifestation to help you learn the laws of the universe so you can become the master of your own life. You guys, we're going to start in a meditation. So allow yourself to get really rooted and grounded down into your sitting bones. Get nice and tall through your spine and start to witness your breath. Notice what it feels like to breathe in, fill your body with breath. Breathe out, clear away, release, let go, anything you no longer need. Tuning in, tapping into the present moment. Breathing in, filling all the way up. Breathing out, clearing away, releasing, and letting it go. Taking this moment to set our intention to be completely present to who we really are. Because the root of all of our imbalance and the root of all of our fear is that we forget who we really are, which is just a soul and a body, completely protected and completely safe in this beautiful universe. Allowing yourself to feel that safety and that expansive energy, knowing that you are exactly where you're meant to be right here, right now, in this moment. This is not a coincidence. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now taking this moment to tap into your inner guidance system. Finding a mudra with your hands. This is Gyan Mudra. Placing your pointer finger and your thumb together to touch. Activating this essence and energy of inner wisdom and inner knowing. This is about recognizing who you really are. And giving yourself the opportunity to feel what it feels like to witness your future self. What do you look like? What do you feel like? What are you wearing? Who are you with? What are you doing? What is on your timeline? What do you believe that you can achieve? Your future self is looking back at this moment right now, and I'm telling you, so proud. This essence and energy of, oh my gosh, we believed in ourselves and we made it. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Breathe it in, breathe it out. When you feel ready, grab your journal, and at the top of the page, I want you to write, Dear Future Self. Dear Future Self. One of the most magnificent things in my life has been literally pre-paving my reality by thinking about my future self looking back at me in this moment. Because from that space, you can then gather the cooperative components that you need to be able to do the things that your future self is going to do. So if you're not conscious of what you want, and you don't know what that even looks like, how are you going to be able to take aligned action on the timeline that you're supposed to be on in that moment? You can't, because you're too busy worrying about how can I make everybody else around me happy? How can I give everybody what they need so that then I can feel in harmony? I'm going to create harmony in my life by making sure that everybody else is okay. But that's the opposite of what you need to do. It's a backwards way of thinking. When you are in harmony with yourself, you allow other people to find harmony within themselves. It's about collective consciousness awakening to your own purpose and your own passion and your own future. And knowing that when you're aligned with your own timeline, everyone around you can align up with their own timeline and you can rise together. So, writing this letter to your future self, what do you have to say? Things like, I'm so proud of what we created. Even if right now in this moment, you don't know what that thing is that you're trying to manifest, talk about how freaking proud of yourself that you are. What does it feel like to look back at this page a year from now? What does it feel like to look back at this page 2 years from now, 10 years from now? Because you are going to get to the place where you have everything that you want because you're doing these practices. It is law. When you show up as the person who has everything that you want and you vibrate at the frequency of the person who has everything that you want is magnetized to you in your vortex. And so it's about speaking into existence what you want and allowing it to show up in your life. And feeling confident that it's happening. Because the second you decide that you believe that it's happening and you trust yourself, when you talk about it to people, they will be like, yes, I feel that, I feel your energy, I know that you're a powerhouse, I know that you can do anything. I trust that you're gonna do whatever you say you're gonna do. Because guess what? We have evidence. We have evidence that this person has done everything that they said they would do. And you step into that story of, who am I? I'm the person who does everything that I say I'm gonna do. And you just do that over and over and over and over again. So it's about witnessing the detour. I want this thing, but I feel like I can't have it. I detour, I come back. I detour, I come back. I breathe in, I breathe out. I wanna look at this no a year from now and be like, yes. Yes. Because that moment is happening right now. Quantum physics, you guys. It's all already happening. It's all already happened. Now take a moment. You're gonna turn the page, and you can write more on this particular page later. Now I want you to write a letter to your past self. Dear past self. Wow, look how far we've come. Look at the things we've been able to create. Look at the people that we've been able to connect with. Look at our life. Wow. And you think about it as this essence and energy of the collective you, your soul and your body and your community and the people around you and the things in your life, your vortex, all of the cooperative components have all been magnetized to you. You have the evidence already. You know who you are already. It's just a matter of being in the energy of who you're becoming more than you're in the energy of the person that you are living in the shadows with. And your shadow self is the part of you that has fear-based conditioning. So if you can focus on being your highest self, 60% of the time, that is gonna outweigh your shadow self. And the next thing you know, 70%, 80%, 90%, 100% of the time, 111% of the time, you are standing in your power, and from that point of attraction, you are able to calibrate to the solutions instead of the problems, and show up as the person that you came here to be, to do the work that you came here to do. Breathe in. Breathe out. So good. So you can add on to these letters as much and as frequently as you'd like. I love writing letters to myself because I'm in constant communication with my future self. And my future self is even more relentless than this part of me right now. And literally, guys, funny story, at EDC, I was channeling my future self. And I was like, whoa, this energy is ridiculous. And then I was like, oh wait, this is actually just how everybody probably feels when I talk to them in this setting, because that's the power, that's the magnetic energy that I was feeling for myself. So I want you to get to know yourself on that deep level. Because when you get to know yourself on that deep level, you tap in and you can be in that state of frequency more and more. So you start to feel like, wow, I'm really in alignment. I feel really good. It's the same thing with relationships. And that's why having these types of experiences with your partner is so powerful, because when you get to take a step back and see each other through each other's eyes, when you can literally witness how beautiful and how powerful and how connected your partner is, you can be like, wow, you're amazing. I cannot believe you're real. And then you can do that for yourself too. And when you do that, you're awake, you're conscious, you realize who you are. You're not living in the ant thoughts. You're awake. And you just gotta go, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. I forgot who I was, okay, that's fine, I'm back. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Over and over and over again. Add the snaps help. Because it's like a gong. You're like, boom, tapped in, here we go, tune to the frequency of love. Because your mind is a radio station. And if you're tuning to the frequency of fear, you're gonna hear about it. And you're gonna hear nothing but that. And the more you're talking about that, and the more you're hearing that from yourself, you're gonna start hearing that same energy from everyone around you. Because it's your vibrational frequency. So if you're projecting fear, everyone around you is gonna meet you in that same space. Oh my God, this, that, and the other thing happened. Oh my God, really? Tell me more, like how did you handle that? That must have been so hard. Now you're in a vortex of like, oh my gosh, we're all gonna die. And that's not the energy. So if you can step up and show up as your highest self, then you're gonna magnetize the cooperative components, the people that you need to have these conversations with. Because I would not be who I am today without every single one of my clients. Because if I wasn't able to share these practices, I wouldn't be able to step into them in the way that I am. This is about having mirrors. This is about knowing that this isn't just about being ourselves and like learning how to heal ourselves. This is about us all coming together, unity consciousness. This is bigger than we even understand, but you can feel it. It's an emotion. So the saying, your vibes attract your tribe, couldn't be more true. And if you're on a spiritual journey right now and you're starting to notice like, wow, I feel like my friends aren't really it anymore, like they're not really growing with me, it's okay. You're exactly where you're meant to be. We all went through that phase. And when you release what no longer serves you, all of the people that you need will show up. The universe loves to fill empty space. So if there's an empty space, let's say a job is lost, you know, whatever it is, a friendship that's lost, a relationship that's lost, you have new space. And the universe is like, what can we give you now? But if you're blocking everything that's coming to you, you're not going to be able to receive those things. And guess what? You're going to manifest those exact same shitty situations again and again and again and again. That's why people find the same partner again and again and again and again. And then we get the story of, no one's good, oh my gosh, men, you know, men. And that's like a big sign that's like, no one good, come near me. I don't believe it's possible. I'm vibrating at a very low frequency. And that's not the energy that creates worlds. That's not the energy that finds you your soulmate. That's not it, right? So you have to be in a receptive state. You have to be ready to receive that person. You have to be the person that that person deserves. So if you are not in every moment showing up as the person that your soulmate deserves, you're gonna need more time because they're not gonna show up until you're ready. Because if they were to show up before you were ready, what's gonna happen is, it's done. In the bad way. When I say it's done, it's done, it's done, as if your manifestation is coming, it's amazing. But when I say it's done, as in you're gonna manifest a relationship and you're gonna lose it because you weren't ready for it, then it's just done. So we wanna focus on this idea of when I'm ready, that relationship will come into my life. And when I'm ready, that job or that position or that business idea is gonna come in because I'm ready to hold space for it. You have to become the person who has everything that you want before you can have everything that you want, because if you get those things before you are that person, you're gonna go bankrupt because you're not gonna be able to handle it. So you have to learn the small lessons. You have to be happy with the baby steps. It's about enjoying the journey. The journey is it. That's what life is. That's it. So learning those lessons. And so today, as we're thinking about this essence and energy of who is my highest self, I want you to think about what are 3 things that your highest self does every day. And I want you to do those 3 things every single day forevermore until you decide that you have a new goal or a new something that you want to do, because these 3 things will stick with you literally forever. And I'll tell you my 3 things. Number 1, the most important thing is meditation. Sit down in a quiet room and listen to your breath. I breathe in, I breathe out. Witness the thoughts that come up in your mind. Because the thing that's screwing you over is that you're listening to the thoughts that come up in your mind all day and you're trusting the voice in your head, and the voice of your head is full of conditioning, fear-based conditioning. So you're running around putting out fires of the problems that you're creating for yourself because the universe is trying to teach you what you need to know to become the person who has everything that you want. So all of these things that are showing up as lessons in our lives, if we can pinpoint and be like, okay, this is an assignment, perfect, what is this teaching me? I'm gonna learn that lesson, and then now I get to take a step up, I go to the next lesson. This lesson, wow, this lesson's maybe even a little bit harder. Okay, I harness this lesson, I step up, now I'm a millionaire. Like, you know what I mean? You take those steps, and you take those steps, and you take those steps, and you never ever stop, and you get to where you wanna go. Because the only way you won't get there is if you stop. So, meditation. Meditation's the most important thing. I love meditation, and I think that when you sit down in stillness and you get really clear on my intention in this moment is to have no thoughts, that's the receptive mode. That's when you're able to channel that step 2 energy, that step 3 energy, which is step 1 of the process is ask. Step 2 is allow yourself to trust that the universe has it. Step 3 is being open to receiving. Meditation is a receptive state. I love to pray. Prayer and meditation allow you to tap in to source energy, whatever that means for you. So you're praying in this essence and energy of gratitude. If you're ever praying in an essence and energy of, please don't let this thing happen to me, or this, that, or the other thing, any pleading prayer isn't serving you because it's focusing on what you don't want and you're praying for what you don't want to happen. So shift your perspective of prayer into this essence of gratitude. Create a morning prayer, create a nighttime prayer, create a prayer for before your meals. Write it down in a note on your phone, write it in your journal, and be conscious and allow yourself to be awake through every single moment of your life. Segment intending, knowing what you want in each moment. And that's part 2, segment intending. Being conscious of what you want out of every single situation. Before you pick up the phone when someone's calling you, you look at the name on the phone, you say, what is my primary intention with this phone call? You know what you want, so you control the conversation. You manifest what you want out of that conversation. So you pick up the phone, you know what you want, and you go from there. Before you go into a meeting, before you get in your car, my primary intention is for safety on this trip, and you're safe. Focusing on what you want out of each and every segment of your life. Segment intending. That's the second thing that I do every single day. Meditation, segment intending. And the third thing is movement. Movement is everything! Because when you're moving your body and you're feeling the vibrational frequency of music, that gives you that elevated state of frequency. The quickest way to a better mood is to work out, is to move your body, is to do tapping, is to do shaking, is to shuffle, whatever the thing is that you do that makes you feel good in your body, movement every day. At least 30 minutes of movement every day. And even if it's just a big breath in and a forward fold and a downward dog with your literal dog, like whatever you have to do to just move your body and connect to your soul container. Because you live in a body. You are a soul in a body. And you get to live in this vehicle. This is your vehicle for your life on earth. And so treating your body really well is going to allow you to show up as a person who has everything that you want. Because if you're feeling heavy and weighed down by things that don't serve you and eating foods that aren't fueling your body in a way that's going to actually help you to become your highest self, you will stay stuck. So it's about not doing the thing that you've been doing that's holding you back from becoming who you want to be. So asking yourself, is this thing that I'm about to consume serving me? Or why am I wanting this? Am I wanting this for physical hunger, or am I wanting this for emotional support? If it's for emotional support, guess what you do? Movement, journaling, jumping into the Christina Joy coaching course, going into the CJC family, typing out your daily intentions inside of that group, doing the journal prompts, whatever that thing is for you, connecting to something that makes you feel like your highest self. Visualization, visualizing your highest self. Get on Pinterest, get a vision board, put that shit up on your wall, look at every day, feel like you already have it. Imagine yourself sleeping in your dream bed, in your dream house with your dream view, knowing that it's already yours in another dimension of time. Okay? So, everyone have their 3 things? So good. Now we're going to completely pre-pave in a visualization of your future self. Allow yourself to get nice and comfortable into your meditative state, tall through the spine, feeling the essence and energy of your future self. And I'd like you to pick a word that kind of describes your future self. My word is relentless. Relentless. In this essence and energy of knowing that I can have anything that I want. The only way I won't get there is if I stop, so I never stop because I am relentless. So whatever your word is, what is your future self? What's that essence and energy of your future self? Feeling that energy. Breathing it in, letting it fill your body, and breathing it out, sending it out to the world, allowing your vibes to cultivate this understanding and awareness of an elevated frequency. And now, visualizing yourself doing your dream thing, whatever that thing is. Where are you? What are you doing? What are you wearing? How does it feel to be there? Who are you with? What does it feel like? What's the energy all around you? Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. And saying to yourself, it's done, it's done, it's done. Knowing that it's already happening right now. Everything that you want is lined up for you. It is set up for you in your vibrational escrow. It's all there. It doesn't take time, it takes alignment. It's a matter of you knowing who you are for more percent of the time than those moments when you're forgetting who you are. And just increasing that time like you're increasing the time of your meditation every single day. Breathe it in, breathe it out. And so it is. Blinking your eyes open to a soft gaze. Go ahead and write down that word. What's your word? What's your special word for 2022? 2022, I love you. I love myself. I love all of you. And I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Again, my name's Christina Joy. I help people transform their bodies by harnessing the power of their minds. You can find us on all the socials down below. Thank you for being here. Like, comment, and subscribe for more inspirational content.